earlier this week, I was out in this Florida hot, trim painting my house a beautiful blue. It was lake blue. I sweated, I labored, I taped, I had gnats. It was just, and it looked so pretty. I was so proud of it. And last night, my next door neighbor, who was a very good neighbor, emailed me that it looked outhouse blue. And then when the Lord gave out color combination, I missed the line. Okay, God, I've been reading Hebrews. I don't want to respond in anger. That's not appropriate. What do I need to do? I was hoping someone would say, hey, good job. It looks nice. And that wasn't the case. So I kind of simmered over it. This morning, I get up early. So this morning, like 7:30, I'm in the yard. I'm trimming hedges and bushes. I love gardening. So I'm trimming this bush, and the neighbor comes out of the driveway and goes very slowly and stops. And it's like, oh, I don't want to talk to him. And his window was down, and he looks at me and he goes, are you angry with me? And I was like, go figure. You tell somebody their house is outhouse blue, and that's not going to be felt as insulting. I was like, I just said, yes, I'm angry, and we're going to need to talk a little later, but you got a car behind you. So he left, and I go to clip the bushes again, and I get swarmed with wasps. I don't know if you can see it, but I've had it on ice, and I ran and got Benadryl a little while ago, and it hurts, and it's throbbing, and it's like, Lord, I'm just trying to do the right thing. Why does it hurt? Why does the anger sting? When you get wounded from someone you didn't expect a wound. And then I thought, this is what happens when we lack encouragement. People are in pain. People don't want to keep working. Walls are built up, and effort ceases. And the passage from Hebrew that I read yesterday, it says that the sun is the radiance of God's glory. I read it here, so I get it word for word. And that God's teaching us to see beyond suffering and hardship, because Jesus suffered. And that's what taught him obedience. So in my mind, my neighbor's already left. He's already forgot about it. And I'm thinking, okay, Lord, anger inflames. That's not what you want me to do. How am I supposed to work through this hurt? And plus, I thought I was trimming the bushes. Now you let wasps get me, But that's like the darts of anger and judgment and criticism and comparison. My way is better. You don't matter. So I was kind of processing that. And then God gave me an opportunity for the second half of what encouragement does do. Our second part of it is I got hot. I came inside, put away the clippers, and I was getting some breakfast, and I heard children laughing and giggling in the background. And I was like, well, what are the children doing? So I go outside to retrieve my garbage can, and there's two cute little girls, probably 8 and 10, and they've set up a lemonade stand. And they're on the corner right across the street, and they're waving at all the cars, and they're saying, come get your lemonade, $1 a cup. They were just so cute. And they saw me getting my garbage can. I said, ma'am, would you like the lemonade? And I really didn't want a lemonade. I just had breakfast. I didn't want something tart. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning yet. And I said, no, but thank you. And then I felt kind of convicted, and I said, I'm sorry, but I just brushed my teeth, and I don't think the lemonade will go well with the toothpaste. And they giggled, and they're like, okay, no problem. Have a good day. So I came back down into the house, and it's like the Lord said, those children are taking a risk. They're doing something new. They're trying to be constructive. They're in the hot. They don't even have shade. So I had a little bucket of like decorative beads you make necklaces and bracelets with that I had for my great nieces. So I felt like God said, they need that. You just take that over to them with a pair of scissors. And it's like, okay. So I walk across the street, I introduce myself, and I said, here, I think you guys might have fun with these beads. Just do whatever you want. But when you're done, just bring me the extras, whatever's left over. And they're like, sure, thank you. Thank you so much. And just the joy, just an unexpected gift. Well, fast forward 2 hours later, it's almost, like right before we were going to talk. And I hear a knocking on the door, and I open the door, and there are these two precious, precious little girls. They're hot and sweaty. Their hair's kind of lanky. They got little freckles, and they said, here, we made these for you. They made me a keychain. They made me a bracelet. They made me a necklace. And I said, well, thank you. They go, no, thank you. And I said, well, how'd you guys do with the lemonade stand? And they said, we made $19 thanks to you. They said, we didn't sell any lemonade, but they held up a little mason jar that had $1 bills all tucked in. So they had sold the bracelets, and they were so excited that they had made $19. And I said, well, thank you for the bracelet. I love it. I said, there's a couple extra. Why don't you take one back to each of your moms? And they're like, okay. And they said, thank you so much. They said, some people came by and they were really nice. And she said, this one person came by and they were mean. They go, when they went by because we had a lemonade stand. And it was like God spoke to my heart right then. And he said, Tracy, the power of encouragement is essential. It's in little moments. It's being aware and alert to what someone else is doing in the middle of life when you're not expecting it. But if you see them, if you speak words of hope and love, it has a legacy, like you and I were talking about, Nancy, earlier. It has a legacy that carries on, because those little girls see a potential and sharing, and they were so grateful that they'll take that forward. So the difference between Outhouse Blue and we have lemonade and we have bracelets. For me, that's what I've got to reflect on today. Looking for the opportunity and knowing the power that words have. I don't care for lemonade, but here you can have these beads. So my passage is, now faith is the confidence in what we hope for. Those little girls hoped for a prophet. They wanted to do lemonade. They didn't want to just sit out in the heat for nothing. And faith is the assurance of what we don't yet see. They never would have had that encounter, neither would have I, had they not left their house and been bold and attempted something, believing that good was ahead. And if I had just dismissed them and come back in the garage and been an old grumpy gut and thought about Outhouse Blue, instead of, hey, I've got extra beads, they can do that while they're sitting there. It's a different mindset when we're looking for opportunities from God, and then we choose to walk in them.